Guess who they were gonna go with in that role?
Chris Rock.
Wesley Snipes.
Really?
Taylor, I just drew something on this page. Is it a circle, a triangle, or a square?
A triangle. Oh, God damn!
Like an Indiana Jones book. What is
sports
that?
picks?
Like
Sports picks. Sports picks. We gotta take advantage of this. Who's playing right now? I need to make an account on a gambling website first. I don't know how to do that.
I got a couple of topics. I got a cool conspiracy theory if you want to hear it.
Ooh, is it about the moon? Is it about Antarctica?
Wow, it's a scroll.
Regale us with this tale of yore.
So I think I wanted to start with the Titanic temple.
I like it, Kyle.
Yeah.
So
I like that cheap dowel at the top.
What are your scrolls like?
Put together the evolution of Kyle's books into the scroll.
What do your scrolls look like? How do you store your thoughts?
In clay pots in Mesopotamia.
Oh, isn't that right, Drifter?
God. Absolutely correct. How's it going, everybody?
What the fuck is this?
Welcome. I couldn't resist the temptation to do something stupid.
Are you still allowed to have guns? Is that
if the no.
No. Yeah, right.
No. Of all the people you had in as like freeloaders, the one who came off to me as the most genuinely insane was Airsoftfatty. Is any bit of him at all an act?
He was leaning into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he knew what we wanted. He was giving us what we wanted. The time when the real Airsoftfatty is when we had him go tell the girls, we had him go explain breeding. We said, Chris, you got to go up there and give him your explain breeding. Talk about all the types of breeding that you love. And then the girls, we told them that the first one to talk to Chris would lose a point. So they're both like giving him the cold shoulder, and he's talking about like, well, when the man sticks it in the woman, that's breeding right there. And he's doing all this like, it's basically, it looks like sexual harassment because they're not replying to him, and he's getting into the details of breeding, and that made him break character. And he goes downstairs into the confessional. He's like, I can't do this. I can't talk to these girls. But that's the real Chris. The real Chris is like very compassionate, like nice guy.
There are real people who do things that, as you sit there in your chair smugly judging them, they're real people who don't know what to do about situations.
Well,
this woman,
an idiot, man.
Woman,
you describe craziness.
This woman,
Michael says that I'm sitting here smugly judging her. Shut up, Michael. Michael, won't you? You're being a little smug there for someone who's on the side of a house somewhere with birds calling and dogs barking. I heard a stranger walk by a minute ago. Don't be rude to me and cut me off. I let you trail on for 3 fucking, I don't know how many stories of nonsense. All I said was, this sounds like a terrible human being. And if my wife threatened my children, she wouldn't be my wife anymore. And that's not a crazy thing or coming from a smug place. That's a normal thing coming from a sane place.
Hold on. I don't want to forget this idea. Can we book a show where we get him and that prison guy?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
and honestly, and I want to see if we can get to where all 3 of us are off screen at the same time. it's just those two.
And then, but we don't come back until the crew breaks up.
It's just like, I'm going to tell you this. You need to be doing LSD. And he's like, I was robbing a bank once. And he's like, really? That's fascinating. How'd you rob that bank? My daughter programs cell phones for a living, and she's only 6 years old. Her name's Susan.
And then the other guy speaks up, and he's like, I'd like to make this movie. I produce movies. And so the drug guy says, that's great. You're a movie producer. What do you do? And he goes on for like 5 minutes inexplicably. And the drug guy somehow understands every fucking word and just nods sagely while that would be a good show. Those 3 together, nobody can answer a fucking question. Look, I'm so sorry for that man's unbelievable loss. It is the saddest shit I've ever heard. Yeah. I ain't lying. I wasn't sitting here smugly judging his story. I was sitting here I couldn't believe what he was telling me.
I really want to do a
They don't
PKA
even spell it
foot
right.
race. The three of us, no training allowed. That violates the rules.
Oh, I would
How
love
long
to
would
see
it be?
that.
You want to
I
do
would
100
lose.
meters?
I'll be honest,
you
I
want to
would
do
lose. I'm
440?
very slow.
Honestly,
I'm really slow too, and I don't think Taylor's built for speed.
I'm not, and I can't imagine a better way for all three of us to be ruthlessly bullied than to upload a video of the three of us in a foot race. Are you kidding me?
If you guys don't do this, I would consider it a
fucking
disappointment.
Flat-footed and
Stop talking
I'm gonna
about
look
it.
in a foot
Stop.
race?
Stop talking about it. Don't make it. Don't will it.
Who's got the largest space in the back?
I want to do it. I want to do it.
Stop
I'm in it.
talking about it. No, it's not a thing. Don't.
I'll throw down $100 for the winner.
Woody's the fastest. Woody's the speed boy. He wins. He's the
I'm
fastest
slow
by
as
so
fuck.
far.
But part of me is like,
I don't know. Kyle's
what
pretty
if I
quick.
wear flip flops? Can I beat Taylor in flip flops?
Long
I don't
legs.
even know. I
Do I
might
have to wear
lose.
flip flops too.
No.
Oh, I think okay.
You could put me in fucking Usain Bolt's shoes and put you in tar, and you would beat me. I'm so goddamn slow. I have always been slow. When they lined us up and made us run in elementary school, I acted like a race car and blocked other people intentionally, and they were all behind me stuck because I was like zoning them out. And they were like, "Why did you do that?" And I was like, "You told me to win."
You told me
I was never
I
going
run
to
like this.
How was I going to beat them here without some physical help?
I think Kyle might be. Taylor, who's your money on? Who do you think is the fastest?
I
mean,
think
Kyle said he does cardio, so I'm gonna give it the.
I think Kyle. I think
it's Kyle too. Yeah. I think Kyle's sandbagging us.
He is,
I
think
think
the
he's a great
only
runner.
way that this gets confirmed is if you guys get together.
I
and
will
film this
I
video.
refuse to run.
What if it's running to a big ass gun that you get to shoot, and
Yes.
then like a biathlon or
great.
some
the,
shit?
the video ends with prison? How wonderful. I'm a
I'll give you lots of time to run. All around the cell
gun
block.
question.
medieval
There it
times.
is. I'm telling you guys, the content writes
Taylor,
itself.
this is a brilliant plan.
I think we
I know
should
it
have
is.
our-
Me and Woody are
I
going to
think-
work up quite an appetite for Cornish game hen as
No,
we're
I think we
blowing
should
your
have our
ass
foot
out.
race during a performance at medieval times.
Oh,
And
we should
it-
just jump
and the
in
foot
there and
race-
see who
No,
can
no, no,
last
we can set
longer
this
against the
up.
security guards.
This is going to be just like when I did that thing with Tilted Kilt. We'll all get paid too. So we're going to be in costume when we do our foot
I'm
race,
in.
and we're not just racing for the finish line. We're running for the swords.
Yes.
The weapon rack is over there, and there's 3 different weapons. There's
I
a
support this.
sword, maybe a pole arm, and a whip. No, a net. Net. I like the net. I'm
Dude,
not
I
going
would
for that net.
fuck your ass up with a pole arm. If those are the other 2 options, you're done. And because you're slow as shit and Woody's old,
Let's not forget about that.
I might make it there first.
See, what you don't know is that Woody and I have conspired against you.
Mm.
It doesn't even matter. I'm too powerful.
And after I net you,
I'm too virile. You guys put both your hands on one of my arm. I'm tearing that shit right
we're
out.
gonna do that thing where Woody gets on all 4s behind you and I push you.
You push me.
You can't. There's no counter to that. You're done.
Yeah,
There
maybe.
really
I mean,
isn't.
if I get a hand on you though, I've got simian grip strength. I'll separate your hand right from the rest.
You'll be wearing greaves.
wearing greaves.
We'll
Dude, that
all
would
be
actually-
wearing greaves.
Yeah,
Instead of medieval times, hear
you
me
can
out.
bring your own greaves.
We go to
Always.
like
Yeah,
I don't know,
man's
Major
greed.
League
Bad
Soccer
luck.
game.
Uh-huh.
We storm the field. Whoever stays on the field longest wins.
Dude,
It's
that would be
genius.
so
What
hard.
do they get? What do they get? And each of them is wearing a
Arrested.
different
You get a night in
advertiser's shirt.
jail.
like
All
I
of us
got
get
the,
arrested.
we're wearing our shirts say lock and load, and they've got like a QR code, and we're just scrambling, trying to make enough advertising dollars to pay for bail.
Yeah.
Genius.
Subscribe to the Patreon. The $20 tier is getting me out of prison. I had a bunch of trees in my yard removed because they were dying and like rotting, and these people destroyed my yard. It's as though I paid for a tree removal and lawn destruction service. Like I so like yeah, and they're the best at fucking biz, let me tell you. Because they basically in my backyard, I live in a wooded area, tons of trees.
We really focus
And
mostly on the yard destruction.
We focus mostly on ruining your yard.
I've gone in before, and the tables had like someone else's like food like all over it, and but I just stood by the table until she came. I was like, you got to clean this. I was like, what? was like, the fucking table, the whole fucking thing. Like there's
the
like
other guy's meal.
there's like a dead straw wrapper there. Like I could tell he had hash browns and he likes ketchup on them. Like, come on, like what the fuck are you doing to me?
It's like they love it in Peru. I just checked. It's Peru.
How do you eat it?
It's called cuy. It's deep fried.
Yeah.
Oh.
Or roasted.
I did not try any.
I kind of want it like Chinese food, like little pieces of meat, like in Chinese, like a stir fry, some veggies and peanuts or something in there too.
Yeah. He didn't leave it on the body. He made it.
Oh, fuck off.
That's how it looks.
That is not how it looks. That has ears.
That has ears. That's every picture. I'm not even joking.
Bro, it has ears. That's
its last thought was,
wait a minute. I feel like if you've got a lot of money, like you need some people in your life to help you like manage that money. And then like once you have them to like take care of the money, then you need a guy who's like your arbiter of fun.
Yeah.
And it's like, all right, first things first, I need my own personal playground. So like that.
I'm your chancellor of fun. Today we have a whole list of fun activities. We're gonna go to the zoo first. We're gonna get ice cream together. I'm your fun liaison.
That was
exactly that.
She had fallen and compound fractured, like shattered her leg right there in between two cars. And he walked back to check, and he says he had to like hold on to the car because he started to feel like he was going to vomit because she was all like crumpled up like a dead spider with a shattered leg there. And it stuck with me and made me laugh because he was standing there and he goes, and like I was just trying to think like, how do I keep it from being so horrible? And so she kept yelling, she kept going, "Oh, Matt, is it bad? Is it bad?" And I just kept looking at her and going, no, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's not that bad. And so I had to call an ambulance and have them go there. And so I was like dry heaving, trying not to vomit as her leg was shattered, and she kept screaming, "Is it bad?" And dude, guys, it was so bad. I think by far the hardest job is being a landlord. And the
this is a good take. I like this. Yeah.
Because these guys are giving people places to live, taking
the nation's
all the houses.
heroes.
The nation's heroes. 9/11 responders wish
they were landlords.
that they were landlords.
Dude, this needs
in
to
the
be
most heroic city of New York. Salute to the landlords of New York City, the finest people in this United States.
You give that aggressive, emotional.
I think it's about what they do.
Like you're crying on the inside. You're so goddamn proud. That salute. Who's the furthest?
Taylor, what'd you say?
Who recalls?
What did
it was? I said 20. I said 20,000. So I'm.
Taylor lost.
All right, fine.
I recommend the Vidalia onion. They're sweet.
I will buy. Hey, if you guys actually text me to remember to buy an onion before next show, I will buy the onion. I'm gonna have to, because I've got fake teeth. I can't take a bite out of an onion. So I'll
boil it first. You're going to boil the onion.
I said $8.99. I said $8.99.
He's got a special onion circumstance.
Well, it's because I'm not supposed to eat onions.
Taylor. You can't even eat a goddamn onion. You won't do it.
Oh, you still haven't eaten the onion. Has it been 6 weeks?
I don't know. Why do I have to eat the onion? I don't even remember.
You've been reminded.
You agreed to eat
pre-show.
the onion. The reason you have to eat the onion, Taylor, is because you were off by a slight amount on guessing what year Joan of Arc died or something. And at the last minute, I made up a rule that the loser had to eat an onion.
All right, you do that, guys. Hear me out. I'll eat that. I'll take a bite of that raw onion that everyone keeps fucking bitching about. Keep bitching about this onion. It's not even a big deal, bro. I get messages about the onion. Last chance. Just about the onion. It's our last chance. He's acting like a. And then people are like, "Oh, this podcast is so lazy. You go watch other podcasts, they do so much. This podcast is telling we're talking about the onion." And then I look at her, I'm like, "Bro, I said bite an onion. Okay, I'll bite the onion. Just get me my Compills, and I'll fucking do it."
What I'm not looking forward to is this onion that I cut up.
Can you take
and
it so we see it better? It's hard to see through the plastic wrap. There it is.
Oh, that's an onion.
It's a bunch. I picked the most acrid white onion I could find, Kyle, for you.
Very nice.
Little known fact. Packed with protein, superfood.
I wonder what Jeremy's doing now. I haven't talked to him in a minute. I think I don't know if I told you this or anybody, but I was on probation, like the scary time of my probation where I was getting random piss tested, and Jeremy texts me like, "Hey, can we talk?" Which I hate because I would only send you that if it was a big deal, or I'd add as an addendum. Woody's great about this. No big deal. Just want to chat. Like add that on there, so I'm not sweating the call now. It's great to get that.
Ambush calls.
Because if Woody's
huge
sick,
problem. Yeah.
Like if Woody's sick, like that's my mind goes to like scary stuff like oh, maybe Woody's ill or Woody need some problem. But Woody's like, nah, just light chatter, and I'm like, cool. I won't be worried going into this conversation. But rewind me a little bit. Where am I going with that?
Jeremy called you and didn't tell you why.
Jeremy calls, so I call Jeremy, and he starts beating around the bush, and he asks me if I know where to get some weed, and I'm like, I'm on probation right now. Like the trial is pending for this thing. Like, dude, are you insane? I cuss him out, and I hang up on him, and he texts me back a day later. Like a meaningful amount of time later, and with this clearly well thought out and prepared paragraph. I apologize for the misunderstanding we had yesterday. I'm like, who's typing this? We don't know them words. I apologize for the misunderstanding we had yesterday. I was asking about collard greens when I said green. I'm sorry you misunderstood. I understand why you're angry, but do you know any good collard green recipes? And don't even tilt your head like maybe he was asking about collard greens the whole time.
No. I think he was doubling down.
Clearly asking about weed the first time, but somebody had said picked up his phone and helped him over there, and I was like, I'm not replying to that. Good job. Good job.
I have a suspicion he was like, hey, Kyle, I get that you can't answer my pot questions, but do you know who sells collard greens in the area?
We've slipped into a code now. Okay.
An uncrackable code that the feds are going to be like, well, he's just eating healthy. We can't get him on this. He just likes veggies with lots of iron.
Uncrackable.
Yeah. I don't even want to say what I would call weed privately because no one noticed it, I suppose, ever, because, it sounded like something innocuous. Wouldn't want to get anybody in trouble, but don't call it green.
Yeah.
Don't call it green, you dummy. And don't ask me at all because I have no fucking clue. That's crazy. Wow. What did you do?
Maybe it was a weaker strike.
Upset the Lord.
You know what it was, Kyle? Remember post-show last week when we were talking to Wendigoon and you said, I was talking to Taylor and we both agreed that we would not do a joke about selling our soul to the devil.
Yeah. I wanted to do a bit on the show where Woody sold his soul to the devil, but I didn't even suggest it to him because I was like, I know that he's an atheist, but he wouldn't sell his soul to all right, here, imagine this is the bit. A guest comes on the show and he has sent Woody the paperwork already, and there's a Lancet in there and everything. He's got to prick his thumb, put a bloody fucking thumbprint on a real contract that says that this man, as an arbiter for Satan himself, gains access to Woody's eternal soul. And it's a well-written contract and everything. I wouldn't sign the contract, is what I'm saying. I wouldn't go through with it. I will
sell you my soul for a crisp $20 bill every week.
I'll
just make it a recurring.
That's the Halloween episode. We gotta find someone to buy his soul.
Kyle, you want to go in on split Woody's soul? $10.
I so want to buy his soul. Let's both give him $10, and we will be co-owners of his soul.
What if immediately our lives improve and his collapse? Immediately.
Your bench goes up 75 pounds. You're like, what happened?
Well, that makes sense. God. You guys would have split mine. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
You just get more powerful in every way. But every week, Woody looks like the guy from Thinner. He's just becoming tiny. Like the crypt. He's turning into the Crypt Keeper a week.
He's looking more and more like a Mexican alien every single week, just kind of crisping up and fading away. It's because you talked about selling your soul to the devil a couple weeks ago.
That's what it is. Things have been going wrong.
Apparently, it's hard to sell yourself soul directly to Satan himself, but there's like 16 demons or something. And I was reading up, and like each one, you would approach that demon because they provide help with X, Y, or Z. There's like the same way, like, oh, this is Saint Christopher. It's for when you lose something or whatever that nonsense is. There's like a demon for like gaining power over people, or maybe a demon for gaining possessions. There's like 16 or 18 of them.
I imagine the demon that gives cash just has a line out the door, right? That like also health issues maybe
financial value
comes to mind, but
the health issues demon. Yeah, that seems like a risk.
Yeah, but if there's any actual demon worshippers out there who would like a fresh soul, let us know. I'm currently looking around for someone who's interested.
Looking for a good deal.
Yeah, Josh, would you sell your soul to the devil for something? Because Kyle and I are big time team. Don't sell your soul to the devil.
Let me lay out the
Woody
scenario.
Doesn't care. Woody treats it like it's some blasé thing.
Yeah, let me.
This is even more dangerous than the crocodile pit. You can burn alive. You can do the crocodile pit, or you can 5 minutes in the chimp closet.
I would never go in the chimp closet.
Oh,
I wouldn't
go in the chimp closet.
I would. You wouldn't get me in there. I'd make you kill me before you got me in that chimp closet if I knew it existed. If you were like, all right, let's get him to the chimp closet, I'd be. We're gonna have to fight. You'll have to make me unconscious right here. Wake me up later and throw me in that chimp closet. We're fighting right now as much as I can.
Oh yeah, the chimp closet would be a terrible way to go.
Yeah,
you'd be alive to experience having all of your fingers ripped off. You'd die without genitals. You've like watched him eat your balls and your dick.
Yep,
it's a dark closet.
It's a dark closet.
They got him in there with like rock music and a fucking, what are those lights that flash over and over?
That's strobe light.
Like a strobe light. So he is pissed.
Yeah. He's on an enormous amount of MDMA. the chimp is.
I drop in there and start vibing with him. Maybe.
What's MDMA? I thought that made you cuddly.
He just tear my lips off.
I don't think it would make a chimp cuddly. I think it would.
I bet it would.
I choose to believe
I'd rather get raped by a chimp.
That they're all there in a big cuddle puddle. You just join in.
It's a coke chimp, and he's
you want to use amphetamines.
He just
like a heavy dose of amphetamines would be a terrifying thing, and it would work. Like it would make a chimpanzee the scariest thing you could imagine.
He knew. Like apparently, the first test they did, they just lost communication at like 3,000 feet or whatever, 3,000 meters, whatever it was. Like that's. Like, and then just getting back in and going and doing again. Like I couldn't wrap my mind around the video I watched where he's like, and it's a Bluetooth controller. And I'm like, I know nothing about subs, but this is a bad idea, sir. And the CEO, he was like we know it's a Logitech dog shit 2-star on Amazon device. And the guy's like, this is something that's made to be beaten around by 16-year-olds. And he like lightly throws it to show how durable it is, and he's like, we got multiple other controllers here just in case. And it's like, oh, okay,
I got
that's where you want to have a Bluetooth pairing issue, is at the bottom of the sea. Like
I had no problem with the controller. I don't get why people have an issue with it. I have seen Xbox controllers in multi-billion-dollar pieces of United States military equipment.
It's wired.
It's what we use.
Everything. They don't do wireless shit for like submarines. They don't like things.
Well, look, I don't know about if it's wireless. That seems like an oversight. Insane. I'd want to let's plug that bitch in and make sure.
Yeah,
let's come on. But all the same,
batteries.
Oh my god! If you batteries low, we'll be fine. We're gonna be down there for 2 hours. Don't worry, it's on red, but we're fine. I'll lick them.
Does anybody have a Walkman? Perhaps that I could borrow your Duracell.
I need 18 AAA batteries.
Yes.
So the official statement, like, did they at a certain point did they know they were dying, or did they just fucking implode randomly?
If it implodes, you're just dead.
Mike, I'm just guessing here, but that's how they make movies. That on its way down, it was just sinking. They all knew they were in trouble, and then implode, dead.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's not
that. Like if it implodes and it's carbon fiber, like they said, that makes it just absolutely instant because it shatters, and so it's just powderized.
Well, if the window broke, it just immediately threw them under. If at 12,000 feet, it's probably 6,000 PSI. So, I mean, that an oxygen cylinder that we play paintball with, like the scary carbon fiber wrap ones, are 3,000 PSI. They're like double that at that depth. And so they just, I don't know what happens to a human body, but we have seen that. I think there's a video. There's definitely images of those. There's 2 or 3 of those submersion divers. The ones who do like they live at that deep depth where they're doing the welding and stuff. And someone operated the airlock improperly. Like they would have had to have ignored like 2 or 3 warnings, but they opened the pressure seal and everybody was pressured to, I don't know, a couple thousand PSI, and they just explode. They just like,
apparently what happens like this far down
chunks.
I was reading, and who knows if this is true or not, but because I'd never considered it. Apparently, like it's so much PSI that it like compresses the air so violently that it like is an explosion down there. And so like your body would just be gooified, like just it's just like an explosion. You're just
I think of all the little critters on the bottom of the ocean eating them, probably.
Yeah, I've got to comment on it. Like you are cracking me up with that tiny little mason jar you're drinking water out of 4 ounces at a time. You got a jug the size of a UFC fighter's torso, and you're filling up a 3-ounce cup because you're very measured with your water. Look at me over here, just willy nilly drinking water like it's free. Like,
that's his year's supply, Taylor.
I would just fast and meditate.
Yeah.
You
but there is a time when you can't fast
by
anymore.
fasting and meditating.
So it's all about how you think what's going to happen. If you think you're starving to death, you're going to starve to death and die. If you're fasting, you control this reality. You control what happens.
What other pieces of reality do you control with your mind?
Thank you.
I don't know. I guess just my life.
Just that one? Just starving? Okay.
Just that one.
I got a fresh green water from this morning I collected.
So you're loading up on water. Kyle, unmute yourself. You're loading up on water in preparation of your next 4-day bit.
No, that's just the spring water I collected for my week.
This is stream water, like from a nearby creek, a small river.
No, not a stream, a spring. It comes directly out of the ground.
Spring water. Okay.
Yeah, you don't want to drink stream water. You'll get very sick.
No, Taylor.
That can toughen you.
And then I don't get viruses or
holy fucking shit, dude. Can I see that container one more time? Because it looks like something from Supernatural. Like you just caught a demon's soul and you've got it bottled up in there. Holy fucking shit. Look at that big boy. Okay, you got a little spout on the end, a little dispenser,
I like the spout. That's my favorite part.
That's pretty cool. You ever throw a couple lemon slices in there, get a little vitamin C going, keep the scurvy at bay?
This morning, I showed one of my colleagues where I go to collect spring water, and she was able to collect some. She was pretty psyched about it.
I want to know.
Dude. Oh, it's killing me. The pinky up cup.
This is the new Dabex. This is the room version.
You're just gonna slowly sink into your chair and be done.
Yeah.
Why do you have that on?
It's healthy.
How many? If the U.S. got in a real deal boots on the ground war with multiple countries, like how many do you think we could win? Like I'm going to list countries and you tell me when this aggregate amount of countries.
So let me go first because I think the United States can beat the entire planet by themselves.
No, that's not true.
There's a whole YouTube video about it.
Oh, well, never mind.
Yeah, go to
some fucking some retard on YouTube with like fucking bullshit graphics was like how the US can win against the whole world. Step 1, be an idiot on YouTube. Like, step 1, be a fucking mouth breathing retard online that uses fucking
battlegrounds. God, someone used us as a source in an argument that they won.
No, it's that Binkoff's Battlegrounds channel. That's all
says
they do.
Here, Michelle Obama's the hottest first wife.
Hi, welcome to US is the best military on earth channel. And here's 10 reasons why we're the best and we could beat China, Russia, England, France, Germany, South Africa, Nigeria.
counting a lot of countries that don't matter because they can't come over.
Every
here and
country
do anything.
on Earth would butt fuck us, dude. Like that's that's laughable. That
You
we
should
would
watch
beat
the video.
Well, wait. Are we defensive or offensive?
If we're playing against the whole world, we're going to be on the defensive.
Okay, so how do they get us?
China land invasion. Russia has
Whoa,
nukes.
land invasion.
The United Kingdom has an air force. France.
Let's start at your first
You asked
country.
for
China land invasion. So they're
From
going to
Mexico.
pile in boats and cross the Pacific Ocean. At no point will the most powerful navy ever will ignore.
Thank God the most powerful navy won't have other things on its plate like Saudi Arabia and Russia and
What would
India.
Saudi Arabia do? How
I'm
would the
just
Saudis
listing
get
giant-
here, Taylor?
India,
does have a
China.
point.
They have
Russia.
no way to get
Yes,
here.
they do.
No, they don't. We are the people who are able to land in another country with an entire army full of tanks and everything that supports them and all those battle groups. No one else does that or can.
Dude, a
do
global war, we straight up don't have goods. We have no manufacturing. We will not win. Like that's insane to think
I'm
the
not
US
saying
can win.
we can beat the rest of the country.
Well, I mean, we want to shift to a wartime economy.
But here's the thing that's true. We have like 11 aircraft carriers, and the rest of the planet combined has what? 3?
Yeah, but they're not as good as ours.
And they're not as good as ours.
And the Russian one and the Chinese one don't count.
That's
I think the Russian one's broken or gone.
It's broken. And the
Yeah.
Chinese one is a Russian one, and it has a ramp on the end. I saw a story the other day where the Somalian pirates were raiding at night. You know, they go up to those tanker ships and stuff. Yeah. They see what they think's a juicy tanker ship, and they go to board this motherfucker, and it's like an Italian naval destroyer. so like everybody on board is like a fucking like navyman, seamen. They're armed. Well, they open up on these Somalis, and the Somalis take off into the night. Well, this is what they do is track vessels at night. They've got like radar and so they
I saw this
search them
story
right
too,
down.
Kyle, but they were on pirate patrol. Like they weren't just going,
That's even
they
better.
weren't just like going to Africa for some reason or on
That's
their
even
way.
better.
Yeah, they were out there looking for pirates, and the pirates tried to take them down.
Yeah, it
It's
didn't
a
work out.
battleship.
It didn't work out. They killed one of the pirates. They captured the rest.
So Eric Johnson, invite open. You want a rematch anytime, any place. Oh, I've made $100 million and won Stanley Cups. Who cares, brother? I took you down in Al
Champion
McGinnis'
at the
basement in 2005. Basement champion. Yeah. Did you guys know any like professional athletes growing up or like?
No.
My father knew Pat Croce.
I forget where you're from.
You guys know any celebrities or anything as a child? You know, hang out with them and stuff, befriend them? No,
It's just because we play hockey in
none.
the same circles.
ChatGPT was based as fuck when I asked it about guns. I can't remember. It went on this whole rant. Yeah, something about like guns guaranteeing the freedom of a republic or some shit. It went on a rant. I asked it this ChatGPT. Yeah,
That's funny.
I was like, calm down, brother. Not out loud. They're listening.
I'm FPSRussia.
They're gonna get you.
Stream.
Careful, they're gonna.
God damn it,
They're gonna put more
comrade.
blocks on you. Yeah, be careful.
Dog whistle. Yeah, it'll get based as fuck on you if you ask it the right question.
It was Brandon Herrera that invited me, and
He was on the show.
Then we went. Yeah, he's been on the show a few times, and I was talking to Harley leading up to. It was like right in the middle.
Brandon, come on, man.
You guys, 2 peas in a fucking pod.
That's my
Like-
real name that he's popping there.
What's up, boss? How are you doing, man?
Good to meet you.
Good to meet you, brother.
Thank you for inviting me.
Absolutely, man.
This is awesome.
This is kind of fucking, it's bigger than we thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
A lot of people came.
I didn't know there'd be food trucks and vendors. My Uber driver dropped me off like a half mile up. He's like, I'm not going any further. And so then like I was like, I got out and went to a little tent like an awkward idiot. I was like, just stopped a guy in a white van with ballistics labs, I think.
Oh, yeah,
That guy. Ordnance Lab.
Ordnance Lab.
And I was like, hey, can I ride with you? He's like, get on in. So,
Sean's a
oh,
psychopath, so
shout
that
out
makes
Ordnance
sense.
Labs.
I was like messaging Harley leading up to it because we hung out most of the time there in the same group, and you and Harley were like having your little tiff online. Yeah, you're having your totally real fight, and I was like, oh man, I really hope Dick is going to this. That would be fun to like meet Dick for real, chill with him. But I was like, I shouldn't DM him and be like, hey, are you going to this big get together thing? And if you were like, I'm not invited, but I'd be like, then I'd have to say, oh, that sucks, bro, because I do not have the clout to just invite someone to this thing.
Oh, please, everyone knows that, Taylor. You don't have to say that.
Oh,
yeah, it goes without saying.
I'm just a jester, just going there and dancing around. That shit was so fun though. You would have had fun shooting machine guns.
Nah, I don't
shot a Tommy gun. Shot an MP40.
Bunch of guys talking about guns. Fucking dumb.
Taylor, I want to talk about the trick. Was there like constant machine gun firing going on? Was it that kind of shoot? Was it like always going on, or
what was
the deal?
Constant? Like it was like 15 big tables up near the shooting area, and there's like 8-10 feet deep of people waiting at all times to like get to their chance to shoot or like talk to someone. And there's like, I guess, custodians of these different tables who are handling like, okay, these are my guns, and like you shoot these. Yeah. And like I felt like a bitch when I was standing near the Barrett 50 cal. I was talking like Wendigoon and I hung out a good deal of the day, chatting, talking about life, having a good time. He's a great dude. And we were standing by the Barrett 50 cal, and I had in my head like a fucking Call of Duty retard. I was like, the Barrett 50 cal is like not that loud. It's like pretty quiet, like compared to the other one. So I bet that's not a big deal. And like, I guess it is if you're shooting it, but I was standing in like the cone of pressure where it like shoots out. Like I was standing there talking to Wendigoon and like jumped when it shot. And I'm like, oh my God, this is so much worse than I thought it would be. And like Isaiah knows a shit ton about guns. And he was like, oh yeah, like it's not that bad to shoot, but you and I are in the absolute mathematically worst place to be right now when they're shooting this. And so the guy with the other than standing in front of it, and the Barrett 50 cal guy would go like, bang, 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 and like just shoot it off. And like I could feel like my organs moving a little bit from the pressure of that thing. It was like,
you didn't want to shoot that or try to finagle that somehow? Not really. Like
Have you shot a 50 cal before?
No, I've never shot a 50 cal. And so maybe I should have taken my opportunity to, but
so you're strong enough to wield it. Loud. That's the thing.
Yeah. If I did it, I would have held it. Like that would have been cool.
You could absolutely stand and like lean into that and dump a 10-round mag, no problem.
I'll be honest. Like way back in the day, I remember coming on a couple times, or like maybe it was one, and I remember leaving and thinking that I was like, yeah, I don't know if Woody likes me, and that guy Wings definitely didn't like me, and I just thought that didn't really. Now I know. Now you love me, but I didn't really.
You.
We could do that
again.
I'm gay enough for that. Dick, are you gay at all?
Probably. I can't tell the difference honestly anymore. I don't know. I'm just gonna drink Bud Light and see what happens. I did have that same after my first show. I had the same feeling. I'm like, man, I think that guy Woody hated me.
What am I doing? I can't tell if I'm being
Woody, you need to send thank you notes. No, you're not. You're just kind of like you just go like, and people don't do this on podcasts. Like after somebody says something, you go, what the fuck was that? Never got that reaction ever in my fucking life. Like my mom's disappointed in me. You should just send a thank you note to your guest. Say like, thanks, I really enjoyed your appearance, Woody.
You'd be like telling a story. You'd be like, and then like, so I loaded up like, and I'm like, wait, well, what's that? You're like, I'm telling a story, and I'm like, okay, yeah. Like I came here. Don't you want to talk about it? I feel like you hate me now for all this. I feel like you hate me too.
Now he really hates you.
Now it's for real.
I'm trying to figure it out. Would I interrupt or something? You're telling a story. I don't know what everyone's laughing at. I'm lost.
For the audio listeners, which is most of you, Woody is Waldo. He's looking solid, looking good. I love the background. I bet I could, I'm going to be looking for Waldo in that background throughout the show.
I will never find him. These aren't real glasses.
Oh, not like you didn't like take somebody else's glasses and you're like looking through a prescription.
No, but they go right through.
Oh, there's not even any glasses in them. Kyle appears to be an injured man.
Yes, I'm the victim of a female driver.
Oh no!
Jesus Christ!
What were you doing? Was it your fault too?
No, I was driving properly because
No, I was just sitting at home.
I was sitting in my chair, and right through the living room. She came,
and I am Pikachu. You can see because Ash has chosen me as his battle companion, throwing me out there. I'm a big ass Pikachu. I'd beat the fuck out of the other Pikachu. Actually, I would lose horribly. I don't actually have electric powers.
No,
I'd be shocked to death.
I'm just me. I got a little bit extra tan right now, but it usually looks the same shade.
Oh, I'm glad you brought basketball. As much as I despise LeBron James, I'm looking for some new sneakers.
I love that you hate him so much. He's just he's so meaningless in your life and interests. Like he's,
I just hate
to
looking
me.
at
He
him.
is a guy I never think about unless I'm like.
Well, he comes
I
up.
see a
I talk a lot of sports in my regular life. I watch ESPN all day, and I have to see that sucker. And anyway, hate him. And as much as I do hate him,
such a good man.
That man makes a fine sneaker. All right, like I'm looking at the like the shoes I want are LeBron's. All right, I found a new subreddit, boys. This is a gold mine. Okay, it's called AOCisMommy. Don't judge me. All right, I didn't name the thing.
Of course you found
AOCisMommy.
this.
All right. Now, this is a subreddit that's all about AOC and her big mommy milkers. I had no idea they were so big. I thought it was just a meme. I knew she had a big ass and she was fit. But yeah, I could go full screaming in the streets libtard for them big old titties. Go top all. Go top all. I'll help you snatch the guns up. I'll give you names.
I'll give you names.
I'll name names. That would be such a good like YouTube skit, like asking Dumbledore. Dumbledore, remember like 1944-ish?
Yeah, where were you at exactly?
Poland.
We didn't stop Genghis Khan. We're not intervening now.
Well, I think J.K. Rowling literally has like that's when the Wizard War is going on.
Well, Hitler was a powerful wizard, and we could do not to stop him. That would be the best answer ever. That's what they do. Dude, make that movie. Hitler's a wizard.
Powerful wizard. Don't make
Hitler's
that
a dark wizard, and that's how they
movie.
explain it to the Muggles. Was World War II, and the nuclear bombs at Hiroshima and Nagasaki. That was magic.
That was all magic.
We'd watch the shit out of that movie.
The weirdest thing that I experienced was at some point, Ryan is like, close your eyes. That's the shaman. He's like, close your eyes and you still the I know, right? He's like,
Steve. His name is Ryan.
My name is Ryan McGillicuddy, and today I will guide you.
So he's not Native
Please do
American
not
born.
Google
He's
that
like
name.
certified by the Native American church that he's part of, right?